favorite stores. It itself is an insanely large warehouse that sells supersized products. They give out free samples and they have a food court. I'm a glutton, so this is perfect for me. Though I will say that I don't like leaving the house now, and I didn't like leaving the house then in 2015, but for Costco I did. According to data collected by the Williams Institute, about 0.6% of the U.S. Adult population is transgender. That may seem like a small number until you realize it's about 1.4 million adults. So you're bound to meet a trans person at some point in your life. I am a transgender man, and I have been for a very long time, since about 2015, so like 5 years. I didn't always know I was transgender or identify as a man. I went through a weird learning phase when I knew I wasn't a girl, but I didn't know if not being a girl made me a boy, non-binary, or something else entirely. I did not voice this identity crisis to many. Some people referred to me as, and treated me as female, some male, some both, some neither. It was an extremely weird, confusing time for me. Some people, strangers always somehow left the largest impact on me, though, because they don't know me. You have to tell friends and family what to call you, but strangers have to pick something and run with it. You don't really have control, and that can be a bad thing, but also a very good thing. So back to Costco, I grabbed a shopping cart and for my mom, and we entered the expansive store. I always took special care in my appearance. I feel more free now, but then I did everything in my power to pass as not a girl and just blend into the crowd. So that meant no makeup, no jewelry, no bright indigo mohawk situation, and unfortunately no beard. I hunched when I held myself. I made it so that no matter how hard you looked at me, I had no discernible figure, and this baggy Kingdom Hearts shirt helped with that. I had no idea that these efforts would pay off for anything other than my own base physical comfort. A woman worker checked for my mother's Costco membership card before letting us pass into the store. She said something to us, but I didn't actually hear what she said. My mother did, though, and she turned to me and said, "Did you hear that? She called you son." I was stunned, speechless. I turned to the worker, she smiled at me, and then went back to doing her job, checking for membership cards. I turned back to my mom, blushing and bumbling. I didn't realize how good it felt until then to be called a boy. My mother could clearly see that I was red in the face. "Oh, are you red?" Embarrassed that she thinks you're my little boy, she teased. That just made me feel even better and turn redder. She continued to tease, unaware of the fireworks going off in my head, and I would later learn that this is called gender euphoria. I tried to dismiss her and her teasing. Eventually, I lost total control of my expression, and a wide grin overtook my face. My mom realized that her teasing was doing something beyond what she had intended, and she stopped. Before we left, we each ate a giant slice of pizza that is about the size of your face and absolutely delicious. The entire time, I had the perfect view of the woman who called me a boy. I watched her do her job, thankful for her. I considered going over there and saying something, but decided against it for fear of coming off as a creep, and also for fear of my high-pitched voice giving me away as something other than a boy. Instead, I smiled as we left with a new understanding of myself. If I wasn't a girl or non-binary, and being called a boy made me feel so good, then maybe I was a boy. I wouldn't officially come out for quite some time afterwards, but this brief encounter led me in the right direction. I find that things that strangers have said to me linger the longest, even if I didn't exactly hear what this one said to me. I know that I am a stranger to the majority of the world, and with these two things in mind, I make it a point to be kind to everybody I encounter, because the smallest comment could mean the world to somebody. That can be a bad and a good thing. As long as you're kind and careful, you're good.